Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Final Fantasy draft here on the channel. We're coming off the heels of a bit of a not ideal one, so we're hoping to bounce back here. We've got Dinked in the rare slot, or Dinched. I think it's Dinked is more likely. My weapons are these fists of mine. So this is a really good card for like the red-green landfall deck, which is not a great deck in the format, but this guy's still just like a 3-mana, like 5/3 a lot of the time, so worth keeping in mind. Plays well with things like Geisal Greens. There is, however, also Fatal Push, which is a really good removal spell in the set. There is, it's just so efficient for 1 mana. It does everything you need to do. There is Zac Fair, which is nice. And like has been a solid card. Phantom Train can be pretty good in the right shell, like white-black usually. And then Sahagin is a good common. So lots of options here. I think I'm going to take Fatal Push. Though I am always a little bit nervous about starting with just a black deck because some of the combos aren't the greatest. Now there is Quistis Trapé, which I love. Plays really well with Fatal Push because Fatal Pushing something early and then Quistis Flashback Fatal Push is a really nice combo. The only black card is Ahriman, though, so that's not a great little synergy. Jyot is a really strong card if you're in the right like archetype, which is red-white, obviously, but it's a really good card. And then Omega. I feel like my Omega decks never really work out these days. It's just really tricky. You need to get like a lot of the late game stuff. You kind of need to have a reason to splash, so I don't like taking it super early. I think Quistis is my favorite card in the pack, so I think we'll just take that. Blue-black is a deck I end up in so often, though. Maybe I'm just supposed to Hail Mary it on Jyot, but that seems like a bit aggressive. If there was a really good white card in the pack, like a White Mage's Staff, I do think I've been undervaluing white slightly. I was thinking about it, but I was like, when was the last time I played a really good white deck? And it's been a little bit. So I think Quistis is the pick here, but we'll keep an eye out for white cards that maybe I've been undervaluing. Like Dragoon's Lance, that's an easy slam dunk pick here. This card's fantastic. Easy pick out of pretty much any pack you see it in. I'm surprised to see a third pick. White might be open. We don't necessarily need to pair white with red, though. We could be a white-blue deck still, so Quistis could still be a nice card. Reno and Rude, reasonable card. I mean, Dragoon's Lance is just fantastic in any white deck, though. Galacat, good card. I've really liked it when I've gotten to play it. Kind of feared it from my opponents, so Dragoon's Lance is an easy pick. Galacat might even be second pick out of this pack, and then Summoner Sanctum. But yeah, great pick up here, the Lance. Love seeing that. Okay, now there's White Mage's Staff. This is a card I've been undervaluing. Like, I know it's good, but I don't take it highly enough. Like, it's a sort of card where early in the format you were getting these like pick 7 and 8. And that's one of those things that as an adjustment over time, when you're used to getting a card at a certain point in the pack, once other players catch on that it's really good, you need to start taking it higher. And so White Mage's Staff is an easy pick out of this pack. It's the best card. It's worth taking early, and fourth pick is a good time to get it. So White Mage's Staff it is. And now pick 5. Interesting spot here. There is Cornered by Black Mages, which could lead us towards a nice little white-black deck. And then there's Dwarven Castle Guard. I don't really like taking Chocobo Kick here because I don't like white-green. I think the Castle Guard's fine, but I think Cornered by Black Mages is a fantastic card. Another card I've been undervaluing a little bit because I sometimes like avoid playing it in blue-black, for example, when in reality you just want like extra interaction spells. Getting the token can be really nice. And even though it's not like the perfect card for that deck, it's still a good card. So white-black could be a good home for us. Now, there's Captain Lannery Storm, which is a good card. There's also Paladin's Arms, though, which keeps us more flexible. I have not loved Demon Wall recently. I feel like I haven't had time to activate it, so I'm a little bit down on this card. Lannery's good, but I think I'm just going to take Paladin's Arms, keep myself in a potential white-black deck, and just get a really solid card that has been pretty impressive and that I haven't been taking as highly as I should be. You're Not Alone is another one of my pet cards, but Paladin's Arms will be a good addition to our deck. Okay. Now there is Sage Newliths as a 2-drop for us. Definitely a potential option for a white-blue artifacts deck. We have a good start for that. And now Adventurer's Airship. Moogle, neither of those are great. Let's just take Barrett Wallace. Keep ourselves potentially open to playing white-red as well. This whole pack is relatively weak, so it's kind of a pick'em on what you want, but I think that Barrett Wallace is the best option because we already have 3 good equipments to go with him, and red-white could be a good home. We did see that late Lannery Storm. We just wanted to make sure we got deeper into white rather than taking a red card there. Interesting. Phantom Train Wield. That card can be really good in our deck. We have it Cornered by Black Mages, which gives us something to sacrifice. We've got a few Job Select cards. It plays well with Fatal Push for enabling it. White doesn't really pair well with the Summon Esperama, but yeah. I saw greens wheeling, not super surprising. World map, yeah. But yeah, Phantom Train is a nice little addition to this deck. So currently, white is kind of our base home here. We've got some good white cards. We've got some good black cards. I think white-black is the most likely home. We're just sorting by color here for a second. Like red, only really want to play it if it's paired with white. Blue, I guess, isn't really going to look good in that good of in a blue-black deck. The Sage Newless is kind of a weak card. But white-black is looking like a pretty good home. Ooh, we wheeled Geot. Interesting. No one else wanted it. That's why we feel good about taking the Barrett Wallace. Yeah, I like Geot. We could make that work. Now we'll just take the red card because we don't want to pass red cards. But now it's looking like red-white or red-white-black. We'll see what we open in pack 2. Sometimes when you stay a little bit flexible, it's like, okay, black, we wheeled Phantom Train. That's a pretty good sign for white-black. Because that card really only fits into white-black. I mean, sometimes red-black can play it as well. But white-black is its best home. And so white-black, this is almost like, it's like, Geot is like, oh, red-white's open. And wheeling this card is similar to saying, like, black-white might be open. Okay, we'll take a world map now. We don't mind passing green cards. The one color we're not considering. Sometimes you could play one world map in this sort of deck because it's like a land you could sacrifice the Phantom Train technically almost. Not quite. Quistis Trepe we second picked. Sage Newless we picked relatively late. I don't think blue was an option here for us. Ooh, late item shopkeep. Not the greatest card, but it's totally solid 2-drop when you're pairing it with these 3 job select equipments we've got. So yeah, we're just choosing. We're never playing Magic Pot. Okay, okay. This is an easy delivery Moogle. It plays our main color. It can go get Dragoon's Land, so it's almost like getting a second copy of it. We're probably going to wheel Quarrel. Black Mage's Rod would be good. Thunder Magic would be good, but we're pretty much choosing between black as a second color and red as a second color, and I'm leaning towards red because red, we might wheel this Barrett. We might wheel Warrior's Sword. Red seemed more open. Late, we wheeled the Geot, but we want to keep our options open for black cards. Okay, okay. Interesting. So there is Stiltskin, which is an interesting card. It's a card I've come way up on from where I was at initially, because one thing you can do is your opponent targets something with a removal spell and you give it to them. So like if you hold up Stiltskin in the mid game, your opponent like has to kill Stiltskin with their removal spells pretty much. There's also Cecil, Zach Fair, Tonberry, Judge Magister. Judge Magister is really good. I think I might take the Moogle or the Zach Fair. Both of those are really good in my deck. I'd rather have Zach Fair. Cecil's a really strong card, though. Let's just take Cecil. Try to build people with white-black aggro. There. Now we get a Rufus. There's also Weapons Vendor, another Phantom Train. Ambrosia's really strong. Let's just take Ambrosia. Ambrosia's really good. We're probably not going to get these white-black cards back, but I think Ambrosia, we could still be a red-white deck after all. And I think Ambrosia is probably better than Rufus anyway. We already have the Phantom Train, though, which is good combo, but Ambrosia can bounce our equipments, which is great. Ooh, now we get Adalbear Steiner. Love seeing that. I do like Dark Confidant a fair amount, but Adalbear just takes over the game when you have these. We have 3 job select equipment so far. We're hoping to get more. Adalbear is really strong. Okay, now there's a Weapons Vendor. I think we're really cooking here. We've got a really nice thing. Let's start sorting by curve again. We'll move our red cards over here, but I think pairing it with black is starting to look like it's making the most sense. So we got a lot of good 2-drops. We now have another good 4-drop. This is probably a more speculative card, but we'll just take the Weapons Vendor here. I really like Ambrosia Whiteheart. Cecil, Fatal Push, Corner by Black Mage's Phantom Train would be nice additions to this deck. Cecil really likes being in white-black, I think, because you want to be aggressive with him. What did we take over the Judge Magister? We took something. Maybe we took... No, Ambrosia was over the Rufus. Okay. There's a Quarrel here, and then there's a Crossroads Village. We're going to take the Crossroads Village just to make our mana a little bit more consistent. Quails are probably going to start wheeling around. We don't really want the red mage's rapier. There's not a good black card for us, and Quail is totally solid. We'd play it, but we don't need to prioritize it, and getting a land is really helpful for the deck, especially if we want to play cornered by black mages while being a very heavy white deck. So that's going to be our logic for this pick. Sabo Tender is technically a 2-drop. I don't really want to play that, though. We cut off white really hard in pack 1, and we're kind of got the benefits of that. We got a few good cards here. Moogle, Fender. I guess we first picked Moogle. We second picked something interesting, I think. Oh, we second picked Cecil. Okay, we can take Tonberry now. There's also Opera Love Song, but I think black is going to be a good home for us to end up in here. We got good tools for it. We have a couple good black 1-drops now. We now have Battle of the Bridge, Phantom Drain. I think our cards are really starting to lean towards that deck. I don't think we're going to wheel any of the white-black multicolored cards, but it is a small possibility. I think Cecil's a really good card, too. Judge Magister would be tempting as well, but... yeah, this is looking pretty solid here for me right now. Tonberry's at its best if you're being an aggressive deck. Okay, I guess we'll technically just take the Light of Judgment. Might as well. There's nothing really for me here. We're not going to play World Map. That's a bit too cutesy. A little too cutesy. But this is looking like a solid deck right now. We're going to see what starts wheeling here. And depending on what wheels, our deck could get much, much better. Okay, so we wheeled Querl and Barrett Wallace. I think Querl is going to be a nice pickup. Guaranteed to play it. Pretty much solid 2-drop. Gives you a lot of flexibility, lots of options. This next pack is where there would have been a Judge Magister, which is very unlikely to wheel. There's almost certainly another white-black drafter, but we wheeled Tonberry, so that's a nice little card for us. This packet was stacked. It had Tonberry, Cecil, and Judge Magister. The next pack was the one that had Rufus, but we took a Ambrosia Whiteheart out of it instead. Ambrosia's really solid. You can pick up a Delivery Moogle, you can pick up Weapons Vendor, you can pick up one of your job select things to replay it in the mid-game. Weapons Vendor came back. Nice. So Rufus didn't wheel, but we get another Weapons Vendor. Perfect. Okay, we will take Vincent's Limit Break. It's not the greatest combo with a lot of our cards, but it does play well with Weapons Vendor and Moogle. I guess we could technically take the white-blue land. Yeah, we'll take Vincent's Limit Break. No need to pass any more black cards. The Pandora, sure. So this pack went pretty well for us. Now, pack 3. Nyx Bloom Ancient is this card, not a card we really care about. Ash is interesting because we have a decent number of artifacts. So we have 4 artifacts. The Phantom Train and 3 job select equipments. I think Cornered by Black Mages is just what we're looking for here. Furion's a really good card, but we got enough black cards now that we're not going to dip into red. We have Cecil, 2 Tonberries, Fatal Push, Cornered, Phantom Train. And I think that's enough to keep me in this archetype. So, yeah, we'll take Cornered, even though Furion is really good in the right home. Oh, my gosh. Yep, that is what happens sometimes. Red, white, and kind of black, white, we're open. We're just going to take, I think, Judge Magister or Black Mage's Rod. I'm very tempted to just take Black Mage's Rod. I think Judge Magister's a little bit better, though. And now we'll take Undercity Dire Rat. Yeah, the first 2 picks would have been good for red, white, but like there's nothing crazy here for red, white. And Undercity Dire Rat's a great card with Phantom Train. It's good with Judge Magister. I wouldn't have minded a Black Mage's Staff, though. Don't get me wrong. That card is pretty good. I think the Rat's pretty reasonable as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-drops is a pretty good spot to be. Our deck can go like 8 black, 8 white. And then the land. So the land is really helpful for us right now. Another Tonberry. We're going to be able to do some cooking with Tonberries. I think this is looking very strong right now. The Crossroads Village. Still helping out, even though maybe I'd rather have just as many untapped black sources as possible to play one of my 4 black 1-drops. So maybe I'll go like 9 swamps plus this and then 7 plains or something. Even though the mana is completely even. Ooh, Slash is a good removal spell for me. I wouldn't mind Marlborough. It's just not really what my deck's doing, but getting another kill spell is nice. We just need a few more playables. We don't really want to have to play like Vincent's Limit Break or whatever. Like, it's got some combos, but it's really not great with job select cards. Adelbear would have rather me had the Black Mage's Rod, I guess. Sure, we'll just take... I mean, there's nothing for me here. We'll just take the rare for the... whatever. Collection building. Yep, this deck is looking really good, though. We need 3 more cards from the pack. And that should be pretty reasonable to get. I think overall... this deck has... I mean, do we have any rares in this deck? No, of course. No, we have 1 rare, Cecil. Cecil's pretty good in this deck. You only want Cecil in decks where, like, you want to be trading damage aggressively, and this deck definitely wants that. And then we've got the job select guys. We've got 2 weapons vendors to help equip our equipments around in the late game. Phantom Train seems pretty good in this deck. And then we got a little bit of interaction, but yeah. We got a lot of red cards here in this high point. Okay. We could take Namazu Trader. Side quest Catch a Fish. 4 artifacts, 12 creatures. It's not going to flip very easily. Namazu, on the other hand, just totally solid 4-drop. I don't love it, but we have a lot of 4-drops already. Ooh, Resentful Revelation or Fate of the Suncrist. Let's just take the kill spell. We already have so many 2-drops. Yeah, okay. I'm never going to put a Cloudbound Moogle in my deck, but you never know. Maybe we get experimental. Blitzball. We don't have that many legendaries. Who knows? Maybe I will put a Cloudbound Moogle in my deck after all. Jeez Louise. Okay. Sure. We'll put 1 Cloudbound Moogle in here. And then we'll run it like this. We got a little bit tripped up down the stretch, but I think our deck is pretty great, and I'm excited to see it in action. Do I want 1 more swamp? Yes, I do. Yep. Okay, cool. I'll see you in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you've enjoyed all of the special guests I've been able to bring on, if you find my videos entertaining, educational, hopefully a combination of everything, Patreon is the way to give back to the channel, help me make more videos, and also gain access to cool bonus content that's going to help you in your drafts, like my card-by-card tier list and my format thoughts document. I put a lot of work into these, and I think they are really helpful resources for you. And you're also helping keep the channel thriving. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a huge difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. This is a keeper. It's not perfect, but my deck has decent card quality, some removal, some card advantage with like weapons vendors, some good job select stuff. So we've got plenty of action. I'm glad we have an extra swamp over the plains though, because we have those double black corner black mages. It's funny because there was definitely another black-white drafter that managed to get the Magister Gabrand and the Rufus Shinra kind of in sequence, which is kind of funny. But like I was taking like better black and white cards for my deck. Okay, what are they playing? They're playing a red deck. Okay, that usually gives you an advantage because red is a little bit weak a lot of the time. Now we have our rat in play. Red-black, okay. Totally solid archetype. Revelation. This would be a good spot for me to draw like a Paladin's Arms. That would be my best draw, I think. Queen Brane. That's actually perfect for me. One of the few 3-drops I can kill with a Slash Up Light. Like a one damage Slash Up Light, that is. Okay. Okay, Kuja, just completely obliterate my entire life. That's perfect. I love that. Yep, they can't really afford to block there. Unfortunately, we have not drawn that many spells. I think we kept a hand that had these 3 in it or something, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Cecil, no! That's terrible, okay. Yeah, this card's horrific against Kuja. Probably the worst card in the format to go up against when you have that. This game's over, I think. Kuja's messed up. If you don't have a kill spell, and our deck doesn't have that many good answers to it. Okay. The odds of me winning this game are basically 0 at this point. But floods happens from time to time. Let's just tap the Katana guy. Kuja slipped. Perfect, perfect. Okay, no attacks. Yep, okay. Sure. Yep. Okay. This is what it's like when you have spells in your hands. You're casting things. You're making moves. Okay. Yeah. I get it. You have all these spells in the world, and I have all lands. Okay. We get it. Okay. Let's make some changes to the deck. We're gonna add one of my little pet cards that I was messing around with recently, which is this Lunatic Pandora, to give myself a little bit of extra gas in the tank. And then we'll run it like this, and I'll see you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. Cloudbound Moogle. Could be better than a Plains here. Okay, the Lunatic Pandora. We cut a land for this, so we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. It's kind of a cute card to play with Delivery Moogle, too. I kind of like that little synergy, because it gives you a nice little thing to get if you're not going to just go get your Dragoon's Lance, which you're usually getting. Prompto. We'll make this trade. It's a pretty great trade for me. Play Lunatic Pandora, and then we're going to cycle this. Guarantee we hit our land drop to play the Delivery Moogle. Or the Weapons Vendor, but probably the Moogle. Oh my gosh, we have to win now. I don't know why I'm cycling in response. It makes no sense. It's completely irrelevant. It's like completely nonsensical to do it in response. Okay, Doki, play land. Attack. Gain another life. Wow, they're trading the Loporrit Scout. Oh my gosh. Sure. Play Moogle. Search library. Go get Dragoon's Lance. Next turn, we're going to play Weapons Vendor, and then if we draw a land off that, we can get White Mage's Staff equipped to the Moogle. Okay, okay. They're making some moves with Prompto. Yeah, this is definitely an attack. Okay, nice. Give me an L-A-N-D. Land, land, land. Okay. It's fine. Totally fine. Lunatic Pandora is not doing a ton this game. Not yet, at least. The game's probably going to go on a little bit longer, and it'll have a chance to shine. Okay. Nice. Good little combo with the Chocobo card. No blocks. My weapons vendor is actually pretty good here. Keeps my Slash of Light active. Lets me equip White Mage's Staff for cheap. Okay. They have a kill spell, maybe. Okay. I've got him on a 4-turn clock now. Here's Cecil and the Judge Magister. And now if I trade off Weapons Vendor, I can do some serious work. And my life total gets low enough, Cecil will flip. And I always have the threat of Dragoon's Lance, then equipping it. Well, I'm glad I didn't do anything too crazy. Ooh, black mana. Potentially worrisome. Slash of Light's looking like a great kill spell here. Okay. Chocobo Racetrack, that's not going to do the trick. Especially with Dragoon's Lance on the way. So let's see. If I lose 2 creatures, this king goes down. This gets 2 counters. So I lose 2 life if I block Cecil here, but then I can block. Go to 12. Judge gets a little bigger. It doesn't seem like they have a kill spell for the delivery Moogle. If I use Paladin's Arms, I can make a lethal threat 2 turns. Yep. Okay. Fatal Push is a great draw. Okay. This. To take to the skies. So now they have to draw a kill spell. And if they don't draw one, we just win. Easy peasy. UFO, we can kill it with Fatal Push. Okay. Our Lunatic Pandora did nothing this game, but we didn't need it, I guess. It's more of a late game card to get with the Moogle if we happen to have a need. Yeah, we can afford to take 6. Nice. I guess we could have blocked with Weapons Vendor so that this guy'd be a lethal threat, but then we wouldn't be able to equip it easily. Could have jump blocked, I guess. Nicely done. We're on the board. Do we want to make any changes? No, I think we'll keep it as is for now. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We will keep this. We won't play Cecil turn 1. We're just going to get our white source into play. Because then we can double spell with Cecil on turn 3. Okay. Or use this. It'll depend. Here comes the Quarrel. If they have Syncopate, they have Syncopate. We're fine getting that out of their hand. Beautiful. We could have also Ceciled. But Dreams of Laguna is such a commonly played card that I don't really mind this. Ignis, sure. It's kind of working out perfectly for them, isn't it? I'm gonna get my 2 threats out. Imagine if I played Cecil instead of the Quarrel there. They would have had Syncopate in their hand still, but they would have wasted 2 mana, presumably. Yeah, but I would have wasted a mana too, and I wouldn't be able to efficient double spelling and stuff, so. I don't like playing around Syncopate a lot of the time, because if they don't have it, you just cost yourself for no reason. And if they do have it, it was going to probably trade for something eventually. Torgal, sure. Okay, our Fatal Push is getting worse and worse, but, you know. I mean, our Corner by Black Mage is getting worse and worse. Okay. Huh. Here we go. We could have killed Torgal, I guess. Renoa. Yikes. That is not good. Yeah, that was probably a bad move. I should have equipped the Judge Magister. Not a good scenario for corner by Black Mage. Just kind of showing off why it's not my favorite card here. A lot of people love this card. I mean, I could have used it to kill an Ignis. That wouldn't have been that good, though. It's not really great in most decks, it feels like. Like, there's some matchups where it's, like, devastating, but... Yeah, we messed this game up pretty significantly. Didn't have attacked with Cecil as much. Cecil's looking real bad. Maybe Cecil's just trash. Who knows? See you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. I feel like my deck is just lacking something. Ooh, there's a Cecil. Here we go. It just feels a little bit like if I'm looking at my list, I just don't have any of the removal spells that I want. Like, Black has some really good removal spells. I'm just lacking here a little. Kind of some non-bows here. I think we want to get our life total low with Cecil and then recover it with these guys later. Snowvilliers, sure. Black mana. This card's way better than a Plains would have been. Here comes Cecil. Okay. White Auracite, sure. Goodbye, Cecil. We tried. White Auracite's really good. Might as well wait to do it on their turn. They had a protection spell. They were already holding it up pretty much. Sure. I could have killed White Auracite at some point, but this seems like a better move. Quarrel is a great draw. Okay. Big attack with the team. White Mage's Staff is such a demoralizing card to go up against, because they know it's going to get him at some point. This treasure is coming in clutch to let me get this Quarrel down. Quarrel's going to do some work here. Quarrel will do some work. I'm at 21, they're at 10. Gosh darn it, White Auracite. Taking out Adelbear. Yep. Okay. White Auracite is like better than every card in my deck almost. Not 100%, but that's such a good card. Getting 2 copies is a gift. No blocks. We're gonna... Ooh, that's a great draw. That's a great draw. Okay, kill Giot. They can chump with their little guy if they want. Let's just move the thing over to the Moogle now. 2-turn clock in the sky. They need to have another kill spell. No, Queen Brane. No. Do they have another White Auracite? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Just devastating, honestly. Can't catch a break. Kills my equipment too. Gosh darn it. I guess that's the card I should have played around by leaving the equipment on my 1/1. But I wanted it on my flyer because they couldn't chump block the flyer. Okay. Hate to see it. Oh man, that's tough. I'll draw some spells though down the stretch here, I'm sure. It's real tough. It's tough out there. You try your best. You really do. And then you're just stuck. They probably have a couple lands in hand to themselves, though. That's where Lunatic Pandora would go a long way. Free up my Cecil. Namazu Trader, let's go. That'll help me out. Get a little surveil action going. Beefy creature. Double Tonberry is actually pretty appealing here. Like, they're not the craziest cards, but they're better than a land by so much. Now Trader's going to hold back for a second. Querl is keeping me in this game too. The Tonberries are coming. Oh, no! No! Okay, well. Oh, that's not good. This can only be activated as a sorcery, though, so that's lucky. Which means we can tap it on each of their upkeeps. Oh, what a rip. This is a way better plan. Lunatic Pandora, clutch. I was going to be tapping this on upkeep because it can only transform as a sorcery. And since it can only transform into sorcery, you could tap it on their upkeep and they couldn't use it. So I did have an answer, kind of, but if they killed the Querl, it was so risky. No! No! Why would you do that to me, game? No! Oh, so bad. What are you doing? I wanted to tap it. I didn't want to sacrifice my Querl. Oh my gosh. We still win. But that was so bad. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. No. You have to be so careful. That Lunatic Pandora was a good draw, though. Oh my gosh, it was a good draw. Oh man, the Moogle was good. The Cloudbound Moogle. My judgment was too harsh on the Moogle. I'm adding another one and cutting another land. 15 lands, Moogle, Pandora. Let's roll. Oh my gosh. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We have a great little aggressive start here. Tonberry into Dragoon's Lance. It's going to do so much damage. And then we even have Cornered to back it up, potentially. We'll just start with the Lance here. Moogle versus Plains is a classic, but we'll probably just play Magister here. Add maximum pressure. Do they have Syncopate? They always have Syncopate, don't they? Gosh darn it. I guess this is looking much worse than a Plains would have. I got a little too greedy with my mana shaving. Sometimes it's good to push things to the extreme so you can see them in action, though. Oh, okay. Here we go. Do they have fire magic? Thank goodness. If they have fire magic, we just lose this game. It's part of the lore. It's an uncommon, though. They might not have it in their deck, even. If I draw a swamp, the game just ends. Their first blocker just dies, and I get a 0/1 wizard. Okay, Prompto, sure. Can't block my guys, really. It's funny because even if this was a plains, the only thing it would have stopped was a syncopate for 1. We'll just keep playing the Tonberries. I don't mind it. They can't really block them very well, clearly. Cornered by black mages, once again getting embarrassed. Sure. Never mind. Cornered by black mages is back on the menu. It's more so that I need swamps to cast the cornered by black mages. Blazing bomb. Yikes. There we go. They clearly have a counterspell of some kind. Might just cycle this so I can go Weapons Bender, Dragoon's Lance equip next turn. Sure. We've put on a lot of pressure here. Wow, the fact that they didn't bounce my token there is lunacy to me. Absolute lunacy. Okay. How are they going to win this game? I guess they've been stuck on lands too. But like, yeah, they're in trouble. Cycling 2 Cloudbound Moogles. I'm going to definitely go back to only 1 Cloudbound Moogle. I got a little too much Moogle on the mind, as they say. Too many Moogles. So little time. Moogle me, baby. the classic Final Fantasy phrase. I have no idea even what a Moogle is. It looks like a little cat, flying cat. It's like a bat cat with an apple on its head. Boom! Boom! Got the win. I am shocked they didn't use their guy to kill my 2-1 and bounce my other guy. That would have given them a much better chance, I think. But boom, we got the win. Time to go back down to 1 Moogle. We're back down to the single Moogle. Solo Moogle time. Boom, boom. That seems much better. But the 1 Moogle was pretty good. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We will keep this. Turn 1, Tonberry. Lots of pressure from this little guy. I like having Tonberry in the deck. It's fun to get a chance to use him. Oh, Cecil. The double Cecil battles here are underway. We also have Cecil opponent. How are you going to respond to that? Our hand got a lot worse with that swamp draw. That was our worst possible draw. We're going to be ditching it anyway, but still. We're both going low on the life totals. Okay. Okay, I'm down to trade Cecils. Okay. This is where I need to draw some spells. Okay, they have all spells in hand. That's not great for me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Boom! They concede! The Moogle was coming. They could sense the Moogle. The Moogle moves. I make Moogle moves. Nice. We're up to 4 wins. See you next round. Welcome to another round. This hand is so good if I draw a swamp off the top, but I think I have to mulligan. My deck needs the early pressure. Perfect, perfect. Okay, we will cut the Cloudbound Moogle from this hand. Trader gets a treasure for the Phantom Train. Yeah, perfect. Goodbye, Moogle. We hardly knew ye. This is where we'd love to draw some extra early pressure. Castle Guard. Okay, okay. Land is fine, I guess, because we have all 4 drops. Our deck doesn't have a ton of 3 drops. Tonberry has to be attacking. That's the only way. This is just going to give my Phantom Train some fodder. Reduce their clock a tiny bit. Do they have a syncopate for 1? Please no. Booyah. We're in business. Honestly, I'd rather that happen than the alternative. Titus. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Maybe I'm just dead here. I don't even know. I take 6 from this. Out your uncle. Nobilier, sure. Bum 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 bum. Save myself a little bit of damage. That's a good draw. Okay. Play this. Get Dragoon's lands. So this is gonna get to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not quite. Okay. So they attack with everything. They tap down my 3/2 flyer. I eat the Dragoon's lands. Go. Chump. Eat this guy. Chump. Go to 2. This is a close game. I think I've lost, but it's close. I might just eat the Tonberry. Or, yeah, because this thing's going to kill them next turn. Because I can fire it up, sack everything to it. They have one card in hand. I'm not going to play around a kill spell. And I can just fuel the train. It'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So they tap this guy, and then I fire this up, and I have 3 blockers. So unless their last card's a combat trick, I'm going to win. Or a kill spell. If it was a kill spell, I think they would have already used it and won the game. It's not a hard play to win the game with a kill spell in hand. Phantom Train doing some work here. This is one of those classic cases. I can't play around anything because if they had anything, they would have already won. Okay, my turn. White Mage's Staff. Fire up the cannon. Boom! The train gets it done! Oh my gosh, what a cool game that one was to win. Let's go! Oh my gosh, that was sweet. See you next round. Welcome to another round. Easy keep. Perfect hand on the draw. We've got our turn 1 Cecil, turn 2 Rat. We don't want to play Steiner because it negates the effect of Cecil lowering our life total. Okay. Do they have a counterspell? If they have Syncopate for 1 again, they have Syncopate for 1. They do not. They have Dreams of Laguna. That's why you just jam. I wanted to save Ambrosia to get extra value from it. I'm not going to play cowardly. Sometimes you just have to make the play. It's like, okay, if they don't have the counterspell, this is way better for me. Even though Ambrosia hits a little harder, getting the treasure is useful. And I can pick up stuff for value later on. Dark Knight's Greatsword, okay. Paladin's Arms. Next turn I can go cycle this, play the Steiner. Or if I keep hitting land drops, I'll just play my Weapons Vendor. Think about the Moogle. It's giving me some flexibility here. Copter. And Ochu. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Sure, we will attack. Play this. Play this. Just keep adding pressure. The pressure builds. Oh my gosh, they're crewing up the copter. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. They must have no spells in hand, because they are facing a lot of power and toughness on the board. Copter's a really good card, though. Summon Titan. Okay, that seems okay. That's a great card. I'm terrified. Okay, okay. Shucks. Yeah, I do not like this, Sam I am. That Summon Titan's going to do some huge damage to me. I might just be dead, which is a problem. How many lands do they have? They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so Copter's going to get huge, and I'm going to die. Gosh darn it. Cecil looked really bad. Like, it looks like a really good card when you read it. I just, maybe you, like, have to, like, it's, like, so finicky to flip it, ever. This is where I have to find something. I've got to dig deep. Oh, well, this is a gift. Holy heck. Okay, so I go to 5. Sure. So if I find a kill spell for the Smuggler's Copter, I can still win. We do not find it. I think I'm dead. I go to 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, I die by pretty much. Not exactsies, but oh gosh, it was so close. So close. Yeah. I am super dead here. Got me. Oh man, that was rough. We were so close. If we'd played the Steiner earlier and gained a little bit more life, I think I get too focused on trying to get the Cecil flipped. Oh man. Because I could have maybe, yeah, kept my life total higher and just used it as an attacker creature or something. Anyway, pretty good deck. 5 and 3, nice little wins. We were 2 and 2, and I was feeling a little bit glum, but we managed to rattle some off. The Moogle did some work. The Lunatic Pandora did some work. I think adding those two to the deck gave me a little bit of flood insurance I needed. The Judge Magister wasn't crazy. The Tonberries were really good, though. The Phantom Train stole that one game. What a sweet deck. If you did make it to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Moogle, because this is a card I never expected to play, but it was really cool to see it in action a couple of times. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.